Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Capricorn. If Capricorn is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. Okay, let's get started. Okay, let's see what we have going on here. My light got messed up a little bit, knocked about. All right. So Capricorn, you are my last reading of the night, and I'm a bit goofy tonight. I really, I think I'm just having like emotional whiplash. I had such a weird week emotionally. And tonight anyways, I'm starting to feel a little bit silly. I'll cry it out. Okay, so our card for this reading for you, Capricorn, is the Magus or the Magician. And I have it right this time. I always mix up I really think this looks like the Fool in my estimation. I mix up the Fool and the Magician in the Thoth deck, but what do I know? I think the Magus looks like the Fool here. Okay. So let's see, what do we have going on? The first thing I see here that I really stands out so much is we have a 1 and a 0, or we have a 0 and a 1. Okay, so either 1 or 10, and this seems very prominent. This is in the physical going into the emotional. So this is something in your physical life. This number seems to have a lot of meaning in this cycle right now. So if you know what that is, which I imagine you do, let me know in the comments if you want to share. I love hearing how these numbers or letters resonate with each of you. Okay, so I want to look at, we have this interesting little story kind of going on here. It looks like we have a fish jumping under the water, a person who is maybe feeding it. Okay, and then we have somebody over here who's kind of standing. Looks like they have some hearts. Okay, and so it seems that there is some kind of love story happening. I believe that we did kind of talk about this at least, I think, 1 or 2 readings ago for Capricorn. There is some kind of affection happening, flirtation, maybe a renewal in your existing relationship. Okay, and whatever it is, I think that this is really fueling your, it is fueling this sense of, I feel like Capricorn often is in the perfect position to be what I would call a world creator. Somebody who is really good at weaving an atmosphere, weaving together your realities, the different aspects of your life, bringing them together in such a way that you kind of really create your own existence from the ground up. You are not the kind of person that just goes into the world and you live in other people's lives. You create your own universe, truly. And maybe people come in and visit your realities, but, you are not somebody who is just going to be, what are they called? An NPC, a non-playable character in other people's lives, not you. People might think that you are, because you maybe are a little quiet, reserved, you kind of do your own thing, you don't like to talk too much about yourself or what's going on in your life, but you truly have a very rich depth or in-depth, deep, cultivated interior life, but also exterior life. Probably only matched by maybe, like Cancer or Pisces, which interestingly, I also see this as kind of maybe a Pisces person that you are having this maybe love affair with, okay? Or somebody that is dear to you, somebody that's close to you. I feel like maybe is a Pisces person. Okay. I also see with the fish, there's just an abundance here. Those energies are coming up. And with the Magus, 100% confirms to me that you are in this place of constructing. I almost feel like you are kind of moving things around in your life to make more time to be with this person. Maybe you've been married for years and at times have grown apart. I know, Capricorn, you work a lot. You have a lot of projects going on. Sometimes you do not prioritize your loved ones. Like maybe you feel like you should. But in this cycle, I feel like you really are kind of reshaping things, maybe changing your routine a bit, making time to have that connection, to really be with one another, enjoy one another. I think that there are definitely a lot of overtones of romance, lust, desire here as well. Okay. And I think that you really are in a place of wanting to take your time with this. Okay. This is something that is very appetizing, divine, and beloved. Okay. So, I think that you are very activated by this connection here. And with the abundance, I think that, when you have times like this, I feel like anxiety maybe comes up. You are thinking, okay, I'm not focusing enough time on my business, on my work. I need to kind of, stay focused, stay in the game. And of course you always do. But I think it's important for you to have these moments of great connection, because it is really what ends up fueling you for long periods of time. I think that you really, you like to think that you don't thrive on your connectedness to at least one other person. But it really is the thing that can get your fires going, and when you are happy in these zones of love, amour, desire, and so on, you work so much more efficiently. You just do. And I think that, this is not unique to you, but it definitely is a truth. Okay. And here I see two beings, and this is the 1 and the 0, or the 0 and the 1. But I also see, let's look at this a little differently. I see a being that looks cloaked. It almost looks like they are some kind of like high priest, high priestess. They're having the head of maybe, a dog, canine of some kind. And then here we have a person who has their arm up in a kind of devotional wanting posture. And so I feel like this is less about this kind of love connection, more about your connection with maybe your own personal initiator, maybe a guardian angel, some kind of intelligence that is guiding you. This could be your daemon, which is not demon, daemon, the Greek concept of maybe the higher self, higher thinking, consciousness. Come over here. Come on, Pudgy. Pudgy. Come on, buddy. Hello. I'm almost done, I promise. Come on, over here. Hi, buddy. Okay, let me finish my stories. Come on. Nope, not over here. Go on. Over here. Not on the table. Come on. All right. Thank you. Go on. I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back to bed soon, I promise. Okay. Okay. So, some kind of connection with this higher consciousness. The thing that, come on, buddy, you got to go. I'm sorry. You can't come up here. You can't come up here anymore. Over here. Listen, these people are waiting for me. Come on. All right. Oh, goodness. Okay. Let me start again. There's this connection with the higher consciousness, with, again, that guardian angel. So this is something that is really kind of helping you navigate the more spiritual, otherworldly aspects of this period of your life, this cycle that you are in. And, you know, I think that when you are in these places of great work, great love, we kind of need this other part of our mind to help guide us through without falling in all of the kind of little, you know, the pitfalls and landmines. And because we're really focused on how we're feeling, the things that we're doing, the tasks that are at hand. And so we do need this other part of self that is perceiving the things that maybe we are not thinking about so often. So in short, I do feel that you are very protected, and much because you have done so much interior work. You have had great cycles of spending time with these parts of yourselves, cultivating these parts of yourself, finding access to your intuition, trusting that, okay, knowing that you can operate to some degree off of gut feelings, looking for signs, symbols, synchronicities in your life that will help guide you as well, okay? And this is going to be important, I think. I also feel like there is a great feeling of devotion here. And I think that that is not uncommon for you when you come into these places of love, of connection. I think this is also something that happens with a lot of people when we do get into these places of feeling well in our ability to connect with others in a zone of amorous love. So does our relationship with the divine grow and become more focused. There is more of an ease, I think, when we live in a posture of loving and being loved. And so it feels very beautiful here. I also see we have a heart, but it also looks like a butterfly. So there is really this, confirmation of self-evolution, of this love, of this unification. If you look closely, it looks like two people embracing, and beneath it we have a mound. Okay, and this is a sign of grounding. Okay, of being very much close to the earthy aspects of the earthly aspects of your being. And I do feel like this could be somebody that if you are not already in kind of a maybe living together or building kind of a family together, this is somebody that maybe you feel like you could in the future. Something to explore. I think that there is a sense of stability here that is more prominent, more you can see it clearly when you are together. I think it's not easy for a Capricorn person to trust in somebody else's intentions or abilities to kind of assimilate to your lifestyle, and for you to assimilate to theirs as well, to be able to kind of, synthesize something that is functional and comfortable. But I think that once in a while you do come across somebody who really seems like you could build a home together, to put down roots, to have a family. And I think that this might be one of those people, if not the person, right? And so down here, I see a fish. Again, we have this motif of the fish, and I think that this is, again, abundance, but also I just really feel like there is, on some level, a Pisces person around. If they are not a solar Pisces, I wonder if one of their main placements, main 3, are within Pisces. So if that is so, I'd love to hear about it. But also, we have the abundance again, and the growing resources, always with Capricorn. These last months have been pretty amazing as far as work, resources, money, being able to kind of just really get things going in the direction that you want them to. And it seems like often, too, I see a lot of kind of nods at building businesses from the ground up. So it would not surprise me if this is part of that world creating, is that you are, building newer businesses. Okay. So we have a bit of a serpent here, and this is kind of more of a serpent that I would say is kind of a primordial, not one unlike you would see like in an earthen mound or a land glyph. And this is really a sign of that kind of life bringer, the beginning of some cosmology or cosmology. And so I feel like this really is kind of a nod to the beginning of a new cycle in your life. I feel like the knowledge is collecting, the feelings are really there. You are in a place of openness. You are in a place of power. You are in a place of feeling very confident in your decision making and ability to create. And so all of these things kind of coming together, I think, there is a significant shift in this next season towards a beginning to something. Okay. And if, again, like I said, if this is maybe a relationship that's already been, I believe that this is kind of a renewal. Okay. Like sometimes we're with people for so long. We just grow apart here and there. And you have to decide often that you want to be together, that you have common goals, that you envision a world that you want to create together. And, sometimes we get away from that. And when we decide to get into a path of renewal, it can feel like a brand new relationship, right? And, often I think, a good way to get through these gateways of renewal are kind of through ceremony. Okay, so this is why people kind of renew their vows, get remarried to each other. But also I think that it's important to have even personal ceremonies where you are kind of repromising your common vision. Okay, really being open and honest with one another, connecting heart to heart, crown to crown, right? And so I think that this could be definitely that coming in this next season that we have coming up here. And you know, that's a beautiful thing. I feel like, you know, of all the signs, Capricorn has really just been on fire lately. Okay, so I want to go ahead and we're going to pull a card from the Wild Bohemian Affirmation cards. This is kind of a confirmation card for the reading, but also just to kind of expand, see kind of what else the universe has for us here. Okay, and I'm just going to kind of pick through here, and we'll stop right here and see what this one is. I can't really tell if this is, maybe this is the right way. And these are really beautiful. They're so colorful and beautifully painted. And this one says, oh, there we go. I am love. Embrace an appreciation of your unique desires, free to be, unfurling bliss. Yeah, that makes sense, right? We have a lot of love going on, a lot of lust and connection and bliss and, you know, that creative force really alive in your world here, this universe that you are creating. And I feel that you have everything you need to begin, which is a beautiful thing. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and say thank you for spending some time with me tonight. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. If you'd be so kind as to like the video, it helps us get into the algorithm. And as we know, the algorithm kind of decides what happens with our channels, with our videos, who, you know, how far they reach and who gets to see them and all of that. So we like to make the algorithm happy with engagement, and that could be liking the video, sharing the video on other social medias, watching the whole reading from the beginning to the end. Of course, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. Watching as many video of the readings as you want. That is also helpful. All of your placements, your big three, at least, your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising. You can watch your Venus as well. I know a lot of people do that. You're doing some cross-watching if you want, which is when you watch readings for your loved ones, significant other, children, kind of to see what's going on in their horoscope. And of course, you don't have to do any of these things, but I like to mention them so you know how to support the channel if you so choose. And the last one, leaving a comment if you want to, you know, have something to say, something to share. I love reading each and every one of them. Some of you are so sweet and really keep me wanting to do these readings, honestly. And so many of you are very generous with sharing your, you know, vulnerable things that have gone on in your lives, how you're feeling, your stories. Very touching, honestly. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to bed so emotional from reading the comment section. I mean, really, it just, it's very moving for me. So I feel like I've gotten to know some of you so well in these last 6 months, almost a year. The channel is going to hit a year here in a few months. And I don't know. It's been such a blessing to me to be able to connect with so many wonderful people. So anyhow, before I get all teary-eyed, I'm going to go ahead and thank you again, and we will talk in just a few days, Capricorn. Thank you, thank you, thank you.